comes the sun, I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright.
Welcome, family and friends who have come from places near and mostly far, in fact from all over the globe, to celebrate with Poon and Kathryn. We are all here today to celebrate the worth and beauty of finding that special person who makes life complete. To celebrate love and friendship, and to celebrate two people whose paths have crossed and are now inseparable. Poon and Kathryn, it is often said that it's love that makes the world go round. This is true, but without doubt, it is friendship which keeps our spinning existence on an even keel. True friendship and love provide so many of the essentials for a happy life. They are the foundation on which to build an enduring relationship. They are the mortar which binds us together in harmony and the calm, warm protection we sometimes need when the world outside seems cold and chaotic. True friendship holds a mirror to our foibles and failings without destroying our sense of worthiness. True love nurtures our hopes, supports us in our disappointments, and encourages us to grow to our best potential. Poon and Kathryn came together as friends, and this friendship has flowered in romance and then love. Today, they pledge to each other not only their love, but also the fun, warmth, and strength of true friendship. You've been together for more than 7 years and have celebrated some of life's achievements as well as disappointments. Moving away from friends and family as you navigate your careers has made you better partners. And you are indeed building a beautiful life together. You've told me that you are each other's biggest supporter and you hold one another in great esteem. What a good start to a marriage. Today you proclaim your commitment to the world, and we rejoice with and for you in your new life as husband and wife. Today we are all here to share with you both this joy and hope and to see you off on the path that you will walk together. May it be a path of grace, bright with flowers of prosperity, a path of ever deepening, ever broadening love that you will travel arm in arm throughout eternity. Steve, you have a reading for us?
As long as they've fallen in love, people have been looking for the words to give voice to that way that they feel with their partner. At weddings, we hear about a love that's a force of nature, a quiet whisper, and all points between. One lover decides it's finding a light in the darkness, another that it's more like meeting an improved version of yourself. Marriage is finding a business partner or a dancing partner or just a better half. Maybe a wedding is partnering with someone to plant a garden or to stand against the tide. What this shows us is that couples must each find their own ways to express the way they feel and write their own language of love. Kathryn and Poon, I'm sure yours is already seated with your shared history and inside jokes. I imagine much as a kind of sign language, signs like an errand run when the other is exhausted, a chore completed to make the other's life easier, a gentle touch at the end of a hard day. In marriage, may you continue to find ways to show and to say how much you mean to one another. And if you two ever need anything, I hope you can call upon any of us, because, to put it simply, we all love you.
Please join hands. Marriage creates the trust for two people to fully open themselves to each other. Within the assurance of this commitment comes the opportunity to accept another person as a complete being who experiences both hopes and fears, satisfaction and suffering. Marriage provides a relationship in which you can have and be a lover, an ally, an advisor, and a partner. It is only through this commitment that you can discover true intimacy, in which sheltered and guarded parts of yourselves are permitted to come forth, find acceptance, and thus make you whole. Poon and Kathryn, this celebration is the outward token of your sacred and inward union of hearts. It is a union created by your loving purpose and kept by your abiding will. Is it in this spirit and for this purpose that you have come here today?
Yes.
Right answer. Poon, please make your vows now. Take your time.
Kathryn, over the past 7 years, I've had so much fun with you. From disco to puppies and pancakes at Grinnell, to field days and progressive parties on the light rail in Minneapolis, to exploring delicious drink and food in Pittsburgh, we've experienced so many joys. But I also know I've made selfish choices that have uprooted us and forced you into a lot of uncertainty. I'm just thankful that you've been patient with me, that you've supported me regardless, and that I've gotten to do all of this with you next to me. At each of our new homes, I've been amazed at how you approach every challenge head-on, no matter how much is unknown. I admire your courage. I admire how much of yourself you give to others. I admire how much you care for your family, your friends, and your students. Your compassion and giving motivates me to do the same every day. Kathryn, you're the best. I'm so excited to marry you today and to continue to travel the world and explore all that's out there with you. I'm really, really happy, and that's all because of you. Sorry, I have my promises. Kathryn, I promise to support your independence. I promise to listen to you, to be honest with you, and to communicate with you, and I promise to love you.
Poon, how did I get this lucky to stand by you today? I feel so grateful for your love, which you show openly every day, and I want you to know how much I admire you. I admire your kindness. When it's easier for people to poke fun or exclude others, you always opt for inclusion and generosity. You go out of your way to make people feel welcome. You make the people around you, especially me, better, softer, and kinder because you are. I admire your selfless nature. No matter how crazy or hectic your day was, you take the time to ask me about mine. You genuinely care about my friends, my students, and my family. You never make my problems or triumphs feel insignificant, and despite having many things to be proud of, you never boast of your accomplishments. I admire your work ethic. Whether it be at work, school, or home, you take your responsibility seriously. I never doubt that you give your all in everything you do. Finally, I admire your worldview. You are socially just and know that actions are more important than words. You are not sucked in by petty problems or materialism, but instead use your skills to help make others' lives better. I know that you already have done this and will continue to make the world a better place. My admiration and love for you has only grown in the 7 years we've been together, and I know that it will continue to expand in the years to come. Today, I promise these things to you. I promise to keep our household kind, even in moments of disagreement. I promise to build you up and support you when there are moments of uncertainty and stress. I promise to bring laughter and lightness into our house. And finally, I promise to keep an open and supportive mind to the road and adventures that lie ahead of us. No matter where we are, I will be part of making it home with you. I love you, and I feel so blessed to have you as my partner.
Such beautiful vows. Max, the rings, please. Good job. These rings are a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end, no giver and no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. May these rings always remind you of the vows you've made and the love that you feel in your hearts today. Poon, please take Kathryn's left hand, place the ring on her finger, and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a pledge of my love and commitment.
as a pledge of my love and commitment.
Good enough. Let it be a reminder
Let it be a reminder
that I am and will always be by your side.
that I am and will always be by your side.
Kathryn, please take Poon's left hand, place the ring on his finger, and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a pledge of my love and commitment.
as a pledge of my love and commitment.
Let it be a reminder
Let it be a reminder
that I am and always will be by your side.
that I am and always will be by your side.
Perfect. Hoy, do you have a reading?
If I speak in human and angelic tongues but do not have love, I am a resounding gong or a clashing cymbal. And if I have the gift of prophecy and comprehend all mysteries and all knowledge, if I have all faith so as to move mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away everything I own, and I hand my body over so that I may boast but I do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not jealous, it is not pompous, it is not inflated. It is not rude, it does not seek its own interests. It is not quick-tempered, it does not brood over injury. It does not rejoice over wrongdoing, but rejoices with truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails.
May love and friendship be a part of your lives always, so that the union we celebrate here today will be worthy of continued celebration each and every tomorrow. Remember the lifelong promises you have made and allow them to change your hearts. And as the years unfold, let your memories, as well as your excitement for the future, to eternally renew your marriage. Here it comes. Inasmuch as you have consented together in this ceremony to live in marriage and has sealed your vows in our presence, it gives me great pleasure to pronounce that you are husband and wife. And congratulations, Poon, you may kiss your bride. It gives me great pleasure to introduce for the first time Poon and Kathryn as husband and wife.
Sometimes it seems the Lord is just too rough. No matter what I do. Now and then it seems like life is just too much. But you got the love I need to see me through. When food is gone, you are my daily need. Oh, when friends are gone, I know my Savior's love is real. You know it's real. You got the love. 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 Time after time I think, oh Lord, what's the use? Time after time I think it's just no good. Sooner or later in life, the things you love you lose. But you've got the love I need to see me through. You got the love.
Family, please remain for photos. Other guests, please enjoy refreshments on the terrace.
You got the love. 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 You got the Sometimes I feel like throw my hands up in the air, 'cause I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you got the love I need to see me through.
Sweet honey, darling, you know I'm calling. I want you. Sure. Said I like the way, said I like the way you steer your ship now. Let me be your cargo. I won't weigh you down. No, honey, I won't weigh you down.
If you were falling, then I would catch you. You need a light. I'd find a match, 'cause I love the way you say good morning, and you take me the way I am. If you are chilly, here, take my sweater. Your head is aching. I'll make it better, 'cause I love the way you call me baby, and you take me the way I am. I'd buy you Rogaine when you start losing all your hair, sew on patches to all you tear, 'cause I love you more than I could ever promise, and you take me the way I am. You take me the way I am. You take me the way I am.
Sweet pea, apple of my eye. Don't know when and I don't know why. You're the only reason I keep on coming home. Sweet pea, what's all of this about? Don't get your way, all you do is fuss and pout. You're the only reason I keep on coming home. I'm like the rock of Gibraltar. I always seem to falter, and the words just get in the way. Oh, I know I'm gonna crumble. I'm trying to stay humble, but I never think before I say. Sweet pea, keeper of my soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could get your attention down towards this end of the terrace. We've got our bride and groom out here, and for the very first toast and to welcome you all here this evening, it's my pleasure to introduce Kathryn's father, Arthur Hardy.
Thank you. On behalf of Ann and myself, I want to thank everybody for being here and welcome you. I know that most of you have come from long distances to be here to honor Poon and Kathryn with your presence, and we appreciate the efforts that you made to be here to join us. I also, although Poon has seemed like part of the family for many years, I want to officially now welcome you, but not only you, but Chim and Tong Chai and Poi and Ryan to our family as well. We're excited about you joining our family, and we're excited about joining yours. Now's the time where I have a half hour to talk about Kathryn, But I was advised that starting a few miles down the road where she was born to today would not work. So we're now just to today, 27 plus years later. And I just want to say, Kathryn, that your mother and your brother, and I think you heard it from him today, and your grandmother and your grandparents who are here in spirit with us today, and your aunts and your uncles and your cousins, all love you very much, and we're very proud of the person that you have become. So if you would all join me in toasting Kathryn and Poon and wish them a long, healthy, and happy marriage.
Hi. For those of you I haven't gotten to meet, I'm Allison. I went to Grinnell with Poon and Kathryn. I've spent a lot of time thinking about this speech and wondering how to sum up everything I feel, know, and think about Kathryn and Poon in such a small span of time. I think I want to start by saying that I consider myself to be in a long-distance relationship with Kathryn and Poon. I remember being at the airport one time, going out to visit you guys in Minneapolis, and getting this specific feeling I can only compare to flying home. The home they built there felt like a second home to me, and they feel like a family to me. The caveat to my relationship with them is that Kathryn likes Poon more than anyone else, which is really no small feat on Poon's behalf and a testament to who he is. As for Kathryn, she is and has been a person who, as she even puts it, understands my actual soul in a way that nobody else can. She is the person to make my life okay if it wasn't. She has been there through the worst and the best of times, and she has consistently reminded me not to become a New Yorker and has stayed a sort of moral compass for me. More importantly, there is no one I would rather paddle boat with in the world. We were really bad at it. And the thing about both of them, I think, is that everyone knows if they're impressing Kathryn and Poon, they're doing things right and should keep doing whatever that thing is. I would take their advice every time without question. And now they are married, and this is, as all of you know, an extraordinary couple who has done and will continue to do remarkable things in this world. The quality of them as people and their love for one another is an aspiration for us all. I want to say that it is my belief that everyone here has made a promise to be there for your celebrations and your trials alike. Kathryn, you deserve the love that Poon gives you all the time, and Poon, you deserve a partner in your life that will back you in your every endeavor, the way Kathryn undoubtedly will. Together, the two of you are what has been defined as a power couple, and it will be one of my greatest joys to watch the two of you continue to grow together and build a world for each other that is full of so much trust and love. It's a very beautiful thing. Thank you for letting us be here to celebrate with you guys. And finally, I would like the toast to be, one second, a wish for this to be one of many of the best days of your life. Cheers. I'm going to cry now.
So, I'm Max. My earliest memories of Poon are from before we actually knew each other. It was when we were actually in middle school. I think that was the first time I really knew who Poon was. We didn't know each other, but the only thing I knew about Poon was that he was really good at everything, even though I didn't even know him. We were playing, we played baseball and swam, and he was a year younger than me. And even though we were in the same grade, he was competing in age groups lower than me. And I was like, this kid's a cheater. I'm not really sure why he's swimming against kids that are a year younger, but that's okay. I'm not judging. And then we got to know each other a lot better, obviously, once we started to go to school together in 8th grade. We had a class together, Mr. Rouse's history class, where Poon was also really good at trivia. And I was like, this kid's smart, too. It's very suspicious. I don't really know how he's doing all this. So it made me think he was also a cheater the same way. But then we actually became really good friends starting our freshman year of high school when we started on the swim team together. And Poon was a lot better than me at swimming, no surprise. But he was also, what I learned was that he was also really good at friendship. And we went through, a lot of shenanigans with the swim team of, running around the school, wearing dresses and all the other stuff that they made us do that we won't talk about. And the TP nights and waking up early for classes and waking up early for swim team. for practices in the morning. But the thing that I always learned about Poon, you learn it right away when you meet him, is that he's very kind and generous on top of being good at everything. Is that he's a good person, and that's a cliche thing to say, but it's something that totally encapsulates Poon, is that he's really just a beautiful human being with a really incredible moral compass and just a true sense of justice, and it's something that, and kindness, and it's something that comes out just the first time you meet Poon. It's not something that it's just radiates off of him. So it's so anyways, I learned that as we were going through high school together, and as I said, we became good friends during that time period. And my best memories of high school are when Poon and I had nothing to do for just a random like Saturday night. We just drive around Madison aimlessly in his white Ford Focus with nothing to do, and nothing happened. There was nothing, but those are the best memories, just sitting in Poon's car talking or not talking and listening to music and just driving endlessly around in the middle of the winter. And it's just because of the time that you get to spend with a true close friend, and it's really a beautiful thing. And so then Poon went off to Grinnell. I went off to school. And I have this distinct memory of before Poon left, or Poon had to leave early for soccer. So he left about 2 weeks before the rest of us all left. And I Skyped with Poon while he was in his dorm room for one of the first times. And I have no idea what we talked about, but I just remember seeing Poon there alone in his dorm room and thinking like, oh my God, everything's about to change, just having this really weird overcome feeling that that we were becoming adults. And at the time I thought it was this really sad thing, but it was actually turned out to be a beautiful thing, because about probably a few days after that, maybe a few weeks, Poon met Kathryn, and they started to embark on one of the most beautiful changes of their life. And I didn't get to see that up close. I got intermittent bits and pieces just when we would come back home together. I remember hearing about Kathryn for the first time over winter break our freshman year. And I remember getting a phone call from Poon during our freshman year when Poon and Kathryn hadn't gotten together yet for various reasons. They were kind of circling around each other, and they already knew that they loved each other, but weren't admitting it to each other yet. So we all had to sit there and listen to it. And so Poon called me just one day during the spring of our freshman year, and just sat down, and I just remember sitting in my quad and hearing Poon talk to me about Kathryn and just telling me how much he liked her and about what a wonderful person she was, and he was crying over the phone and he was trying to cover it up, so it was adorable. And and so I knew from then just knew right then that Kathryn was going to be just a wonderful presence in Poon's life. And then obviously I saw them, again from afar, get together and come back and change to become what they are now, and turn into just a beautiful, wonderful power couple, like Allison said. That is just it's truly incredible. And the thing that I didn't know about Kathryn at that time was that she is also someone else like Poon, who is also, it's incredible that you guys found each other, because you're both so good at everything, and you have the same generosity and kindness and open-heartedness that Poon has. And it's really a miracle that you two were able to find each other. And so I'd like to toast to the beautiful changes that you guys will continue to undergo and have just continue to grow. And I know that stability of kindness and generosity and open-heartedness and morality will guide you through the rest of your life. So I know it's going to be a beautiful marriage, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Thank you. So cheers.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Stephanie, and I'm one of Kathryn's maids of honor. I will proceed to take the half hour that Mr. Hardy was denied to gush about Kathryn. No one put a limit on me, so buckle up. Here we go. I'm deeply honored to be able to be here speaking to you about this couple today, and really thankful for the opportunity. This has been a beautiful event, so thank you for letting us be a part of it. I played soccer with Kathryn, and really half the guests here, it seems. And so I was one of the first to meet her upon her arrival at Grinnell. 18 years old, beach blonde, fresh to Iowa, and full of exuberance. Kathryn practically vibrated with excitement at each of our 6 a.m. practices during our 2-a-days. That energy that I initially found annoying, I soon found infectious. We quickly bonded over our love of athletics, our top-notch dance moves, our stupendous ability to decorate Christmas cookies, and similarly greasy foreheads. Not everyone has those. Yeah. Much to Poon's delight, Kathryn and I developed our own language, comprised primarily of Beyoncé lyrics, mischievous cackles, and high-pitched squealing. Kathryn's bed became a safe haven for our friend group, a meeting place to hash out the tribulations of the day, and for Rachel Custer, a place to cut your nails, which I still find weird. Still weird. Yep. Kathryn created a place for us to be ourselves and to be loved. How could we help but fall for her? We met at a very formative time in our lives, and I feel really fortunate to have traversed this time with her. Not only were we trying to negotiate unlimited access to Grinnell's extensive dessert buffet, which is unequivocally the best part of Grinnell dining for those of you who haven't been privileged to experience it, but we were also trying to establish on our own for the first time what we value and how we would choose to conduct ourselves in the world. For me, this was also a period of personal anguish as my father was dying of cancer. Mortality and grief are not aspects of life many 18-year-olds are interested in facing when they have no need, but this wasn't the case for Kathryn. She never wavered from me, not for 1 second. And although we had only recently become friends, she hunkered down. She conducted herself with a level of compassion and maturity I'm still stunned by. Kathryn sat with me through hard times. She fought ferociously on my behalf when I could not fight for myself. I had to leave school, and Kathryn wouldn't let me be left behind. She carved out a real home for me to come back to. It was 19-year-old Kathryn, in case you need further evidence of how excellent she is. It was 19-year-old Kathryn, of all people, who had to tell me that it was time to spread my dad's ashes. She saw what was best for me. She tactfully and effectively expressed it to me. And then she sat at the end of a dock with me, spreading the ashes of a man she would never know. All this was on a trip that I advertised to her as a relaxing few days at my family beach home in Minnesota before we went back to Grinnell. So, sorry about that, Kathryn. My intention was relaxation. It turned at some point. I'm not always approachable. You can all laugh. We know. It's fine. Get it out. But I can always count on Kathryn to tell me what I need to hear, whether it's women's history is not trendy, or it's, yes, you should have a fourth dessert, or maybe you should stop carrying your dad's ashes around in your car. You are starting to scare your other friends. Kathryn's approach is gentle but firm. She's always diplomatic, but also conveys her point. While this is a bit of a morbid story, this moment speaks to the character of a remarkable woman. Kathryn loves deeply, and despite detesting conflicts, she's fierce for those she loves. You see these traits shining through in the way she approaches her really challenging work with kids these days, and you see it in her relationship with Poon. These traits allow her to excel personally, professionally, and they make her just the best human being. Yeah. And then there's Poon. On occasion, some drinking occurred at Grinnell. After a night out, the group of our close friends would inevitably end up in a puddle on the floor of Poon's apartment, giggling and being generally obnoxious. Poon was rarely a part of this for long, as he would assess the situation, and instead of throwing us out as we deserved, he would intuit the needs of the group and assume what he thought we might like and spring into action. Slippers on and determination high, Poon would run, literally run, off into the night and return with a smorgasbord of carbohydrate goodness, which he would then proceed to cook for us and serve to us because he thought it might make us happy. He was right, it always did. Yes, always. While this was an absurd ritual, I think the situation in many ways exemplifies Poon. There was never any show, never any ordeal made. Poon never asked for nor wanted credit for this kind act. He simply saw a way to improve the lives of people he cared for. He put aside his own comfort and wants, and he made a difference. Poon is kind, considerate, and selfless. He's stable, hardworking, dependable, and one of the best people I know. When Poon looks at Kathryn, I see nothing but admiration and the purest love in his eyes. If Kathryn has to end up with someone who's not me, I can't imagine a better partner for her. I have known her to be a ray of hope, a voice of reason, a champion for those who do not believe in themselves. She's the truest form of friend and the brightest star by which to find your way. I've known him to be generous, steadfast, and true, provider of late-night Texas toast, maker of mac and cheese, server of sobriety. Poon is unwavering in his kindness and consideration of others. Together they're a true team. I have seen and admired the partnership they have built. They have a strong foundation based upon mutual respect, common core values, and commitment to kindness and generosity. They've proven time and time again a willingness to sacrifice for one another. They support each other's goals, they challenge each other, and continue to tackle the hard parts of life unwaveringly. I think I speak for all of us when I say it's a privilege to witness the love you two have for each other. I know you two are really well equipped to handle the inevitable challenges life will throw at you, and I love you. And I'll be here every step of the way. To Poon and Kathryn, may they have all the happiness in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to invite you all inside for dinner. If you haven't already found it, there is a seating chart with your table assignments. So if you haven't found it yet, you might want to check in there as you head into the main rooms. Please come back out here after dinner and join us for dancing and partying after the meal.
So wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. The way it falls on the side of your neck, down your shoulders and back. We are surrounded by all of these lies, and people that talk too much. You got the kind of look in your eyes as if no one knows anything but us. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. I'm so in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. So beautiful in this light, your silhouette over me. The way it brings out the blue in your eyes is the Tenerife Sea. And all of the voices surrounding us here, they just fade out when you take a breath. Just say the word and now we'll disappear into the wilderness. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. I'm so in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. So look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. And in the moment I knew you better.
Ladies and gentlemen, dancing for the first time as husband and wife, Poon and Kathryn.
There goes the gal in the pretty skirt with the golden
the smile that made you feel new. Like when the marching band strolls the street, you know another year's come too soon. So you took her hand, she gave her love, and it sent you to the moon. And they spoke the words of a gentleman. Can I have this dance with you? Can I share this dance with you? Won't you come on home? I built us a flying machine. We'll go where you want. And we'll sail the 7 seas.
Kathryn, ladies and gentlemen. Now we need the father of the bride up here to the dance floor. He'd like the pleasure of having this next dance with his daughter. Can we have another round of applause for Arthur Hardy? Kathryn. We're going to ask Poon to come back up to the dance floor, and at the bride and groom's request, we'd like to invite all their family and friends to join them for this dance. We need everybody up here to join our bride and groom.
Baby, 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 I'm coming home to your tender, sweet loving. You're my one and only one. The world needs a bitter taste in my mouth, girl. You're the only one that I want. Wanna be your ride. Wanna be your ride, girl. Wanna be your ride, girl. Ooh, wanna be your ride. Baby, I would be grieving if you wanted to leave me all alone by myself. I don't want nobody else. The world needs a bit of taste in my mouth, girl. You're the only one that I want. Wanna be your ride. Wanna be your ride, girl. Wanna be your ride, girl. Ooh, wanna be your ride. to take in my mouth, girl. You're the only one that I want. Wanna be around. Wanna be around, girl. Wanna be around, girl. Ooh, wanna be around, girl. I need you, baby, girl. I need you, love.
what y'all trying to do? What you trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Everywhere I go, they be like, oh, so glad. Everywhere I go, they be like, oh, so glad. Everywhere I go, they be like, oh, so glad. Now, watch me break it down like 24 karat. What's that sound? Come on now. 24 karat. 24 karat magic. Don't fight the feeling, invite the feeling. Just put your pinky rings up to the moon. Guys, what y'all trying to do? Tell me what you're trying to do. 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Put your pinky rings up to the moon. Guys, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out.
Easy now, no need to go down. Work that run, that is how we found. When you run, come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. When you run, come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. When you run, come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. When you run, come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. Easy now, no need to go down, just walk it gently, hand the puck up, no pound, cool and deadly. You have a style of your own. Me never know how you master the saxophone. 'Cause you sound like the talk of the town, yeah. I'm lucky when you run, come around, yeah. Make me wobble, make me whole body bubble. And me know I say a trouble when you're ready for the double and you hit that. Nothing I dey make you play with it a little. Why you sound a tickle? I'm telling you that hit that. Nothing I dey make you stay with it a little. Why you sound a tickle? I'm feeling them. Easy now, no need to go down. Easy now, no need to go down. When you run, come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. When you run, come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. When you run, come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. When you run, come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. Best sound overall, shiny and tall, one touch, make a girl climb whoever you are. Brass hot, hotter than fireball, whoop whoop. You not smile, you not little at all. That touch just step on me mind, yeah. The good feeling, step on me wine, yeah. Make me worry, make me whole body bubble. I mean, you want say a couple when you're ready for the double and you hit that. Nothing I dey make you play with it a little. Why you sound a tickle? I'm telling you that hit that. Nothing I dey make you stay with it a little. Why you sound a tickle? I'm feeling them.
¿Quién puede domar la fuerza del man que se mete por tu pena? Lo caliente del sol que se te metió y no te deja quieta, nena. ¿Quién puede parar eso que al bailar descontrola tus caderas? Y ese fuego que quema por dentro y lento te convierte en piedra. Con la mano arriba, cintura sola, da media vuelta y sacude duro. No te quites ahora, que esto solo empieza. Mueve la cabeza y sacude duro. Para sacarme locura, morena bella a mi lado. Que imagina esperado, quiero ver ese futuro. Para sacarme locura, morena bella a mi lado. Que imagina esperado.
Ain't up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. Feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. 'Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in
my feet.